Wait, don't go. I got a question. Have you ever gotten a tattoo? My name's Kyle, and I have a couple on my chest and one on my shoulder. And today I just want to talk to you guys about tattoos because they really do have an interesting background and are important to our world history today. And like you, I've never really looked into it. I don't know if you have, but maybe you've heard of tattoos or you've got one, but I personally have never looked into it. And I just feel like I should, maybe spread some information about what's going on. I think today I'll be going over the history of tattoos, their importance in our culture, and what they mean today. To best explain this to you and to really show you the history of tattoos, I think it's best to start with where they come from. So tattoos were found, we have evidence of tattoos from over 5,200 years ago. We found a man on the Australian border in 1991, according to writingwithpurpose.world, and his body had multiple small crosses and dots and lines all over his body. I think it's important to just notice, tattoos have really been around for so long. They've always been kind of part of our culture. And we don't necessarily know what that meant for him or what that meant for maybe his tribe or whatever. We know that he did have markings on the body, kind of like how we have markings on our body. And since tattoos have always been around, I think it's important to note and see what they really brought to our society back then and today. According to the Smithsonian, tattoos were really a way to reflect religion, status, and important factors in cultures such as love before ours. In many tribes and cultures like the ancient Siberian nomads, indigenous Polynesians, Nubians, native South Americans, and Greeks, they all use tattoos for a lot of reasons, maybe to protect from evil, again, show status or anything like that. But at the end of the day, they had something, they had meaning, and it's important to really just know that, tattoos have always had meaning, and they always probably will, because it's something that you're putting on your body to represent to other people, and it's been going on for thousands of years what tattoos are and what they're meant for. They can mean a lot of things, but they have some sort of meaning. And now, in today's world, maybe they mean a little bit of different things. So tattoos today, they kind of reflect our inner self and are really of an artistic way to describe how we're feeling on the inside on our body, or maybe a status or something that we've gone through. In my own life and what I've done, I have gotten tattoos based on what I've gone through in my life and how I was feeling, maybe based off the status of how I was feeling or a representation of what I had to go through. In society today, I feel like a lot of people use tattoos as a way to represent how they feel on the inside and maybe show a way of art, kind of represent themselves and an artistic belief of themselves. According to MadRabbit.com, by the late 1900s and early 2000s, tattooed appeared on celebrities and famous people. And then because of this, people worried about maybe they wouldn't be able to get jobs or they'd slander their character. But it doesn't work like that, because things like lower back tattoos and small tattoos rose in popularity as a form of self-expression. So we can see from multiple sources how tattoos were important to our society and have been continued to be important to our society as a way to represent themselves and other things of our culture. But yeah, they have a purpose in many aspects. They help represent our culture and ourselves in artistic ways to represent ourselves. Tattoos have an intricate and interesting background and are always going to be important to our world history. And as a society, I just feel like it's important to notice works and art in today's world. It's important to be informed about tattoos and what they are. And some people might have a bad idea about them, but the most important thing to know is what tattoos come from and why they're around. And I think they're one of our very most underrated forms of art. I don't think a lot of people recognize what they really mean and how long they've been around and the importance they are in today's society. And I just hope that you are able to gain some knowledge from today's speech. And, to just notice that tattoos have always been an important part of our society and probably will continue to do so. So I just hope you gain some knowledge from today. Maybe you can look at tattoos a little differently. And I just hope you have a great day.